Halfway through 2023's Wonka, Timothée Chalamet's young, up-and-coming candy maker prepares to launch his sweet shop and open it to the public. But it doesn't take long for him to realize his rivals have tainted the merchandise, poisoning the candy with Yeti sweat and causing the customers to react in shock and rage. A chocolate tree that is a beautiful centerpiece melts when a fire is set in the store by an irate mother, the inferno eating up the sweet shop, destroying Willy's dream, temporarily, and, no doubt, making this act of arson pleasing to the nose. This fictional disaster was more of an immersive, fun experience than what happened recently in Scotland. Over in Glasgow, the London-based company House of Illuminati had planned a wondrous event, if their website had anything to say about it. AI-generated images lit up the screen with the promise that Willy's chocolate experience would indulge in a chocolate fantasy like never before. It's safe to say now that this promise did not live up to the hype. Instead of pure imagination, the event was around $44 per ticket, an expensive cost for how it was cheaply set up, much to the horror and confusion of the guests. This can only mean that The Simpsons, with its habit of knowing the future, predicated this outcome in 2 episodes. The Simpsons episodes that seemed to know the future. The animated sitcom foretold the Trump presidency, FIFA corruption, and, perfect for what happened recently, a poorly constructed event for kids. Back in 1993, The Simpsons cautioned viewers about someone who wants to make a quick buck, but who doesn't want to put much thought into the idea. In Season 5's Bart's Inner Child, Homer, Dan Castellaneta, picks up a free, old trampoline from Krusty the Clown Castellaneta, and even though Homer can't even pronounce trampoline correctly, he sees the moneymaker it could become as an easy way to get cash from willing participants. In his head, he imagines the trampoline as the first step in creating Homerland. It's a place with a $50 admittance fee, where the Springfield youth can walk around a large field, sparsely decorated with rides. They can bounce on the single, old trampoline, or they can play in Muckville, a giant area of mud. To end the day of fun, the kids can then crawl through a fort made of soiled mattresses, the fumes nearly getting Millhouse Pamela Hayden ill. The amusement park idea quickly disappears when the Simpsons find their lawn full of hurt kids, all of them with various injuries that they suffered by using the trampoline. Homer's sudden pipe dream gets clogged, but it certainly seems to have predicted what would happen over in Scotland in 2024. Willy Wonka's chocolate factory should be a place of fun and imagination no one except those in charge of the House of Illuminati, and maybe the prophetic Simpsons writers, could have known what was in store when guests walked into the themed warehouse. It was only this past December that Wonka was released and, with the franchise being fresh on everyone's mind, the Glasgow incident seemed like a smart way to profit from it. While there were many reckless injuries in that Season 5 episode of The Simpsons, no one got hurt at Willy's chocolate experience, though it did leave many with their dreams dashed upon seeing what they had walked into. On the event's website, the promises for guests were that they could enter a place where chocolate dreams become reality, and it would be a journey filled with wondrous creations. The most prominent color at Willy's chocolate experience was a dreary gray on the floor, due to the sparse amount of props and decoration. A small photo op poster was hung up on a wall that could be big enough for an Oompa Loompa, but not for the families that would have wanted to stand in front of it. There weren't even any chocolate bars in sight for the young guests, nor any everlasting gobstoppers either. The sweet treats that got handed out were 1 or 2 jelly beans and, without any fizzy lifting drinks, there was a half cup of lemonade to wash it down. Fans of the 1971 Gene Wilder classic will probably remember how menacing the movie made the presence of Slugworth, Gunter Meisner, having him lurk in the shadows. His agenda, in the end, was benevolent, but the same can't be said for a new character that appeared at the Glasgow event. Slugworth's villainy is replaced with a surreal, masked entity known as the Unknown that had kids crying at the sight of it, while dressed in what looked like a hurried purchase at a nearby costume shop. Then, in yet another prediction from The Simpsons, viewers might have seen what would happen to one of Willy Wonka's favorite helpers. The Simpsons did a depressed Oompa Loompa first. The only successful part of the experience could be the encounters with the Unknown, as the crying and fear it caused for the younger guests in viral videos could surely have been the desired reaction the creepy figure was made for. While The Simpsons might have foretold this botched event in Seasons 5 and 13, there is no crystal ball sitting in the middle of the writer's room. The truth is simpler. Collider's Matt Shore wrote how the show's writers understand that the dumbest possible result is often the most likely. This is how viewers got the numerous jokes poking fun at the incompetence of those in politics, making it seem like Mayor Quimby ditching the town during a pandemic was clairvoyant to when Texas Senator Ted Cruz left his state during a deadly winter storm. Incompetence strikes again in how the Simpsons created gags that have come true with the scam in Glasgow. Willy's chocolate experience put a bad taste in everyone's mouth, and it's fair to say any on-screen version of the chocolatier, whether played by Wilder, Depp, or Chalamet, wouldn't be too pleased with their name associated with the House of Illuminati's fiasco. They would definitely send the event down the garbage chute, along with the other bad eggs, bad nuts, and Veruca salt. Maybe that could be what brings a smile to the face of the Simpsons' dejected Oompa Loompa.